So this is the last yoga vlog of the series. Figured no better place to end it than where it started, outside, and where it's been taking place majority of the time for some of the classes, just going outside, setting out the yoga mat, doing some sessions with some YouTube videos as guidance and whatnot. Well, in relation to women's leisure and studies with the class in general, and just the overall nature of things, I felt like it connected very well to like a little bit of Billy Elliot, in the sense of, looking from the outside, I'm seeing people do yoga, family members. My fiance is very big into it, and you're a little bit like, it looks like it could be, beneficial, but then you have the, something like, nah, I'm not going to get into it now. But, once you were fully ingrained in it, I thought it was a really great experience. It is extremely challenging, I think, physically and mentally. The biggest part was, I didn't realize how physically, I guess, enabled to do some of the stuff I was. I'm fairly fit, I feel like, and, I'm at these classes, and these, elder women are out here holding these poses. I'm shaking and quivering for some of these things, and, looking like Bambi trying to figure out how to walk for the first time. And these old ladies are out there just completely zen and centered, and it was quite amazing. And it was a very humbling experience. I feel like also mentally just getting over the hurdle of doing something like this out in public. You have a lot of eyes on you. People are kind of like looking at you while you're in the middle of the park on a mat, just, floating out there doing your yoga, and people are just kind of staring. But then it really helps you mentally strengthen up and just find center and really find your connection to your body, and also just having some mental peace. And, all this stuff going on, especially, I think the benefit of going out and doing it in the park is there's a lot going on all over the place. And to hold a lot of these poses, or really to, get the most out of it, you have to, silence everything around you and really find yourself in the moment. So I thought that was really amazing. In terms of feelings, it starts with a little bit of discomfort initially, both mentally, physically too. Like, if you're not at the start of the first week, was not the most loose in terms of, muscles. My muscles were real tight. My joints are tight. I didn't have that much flexibility. And, but, after that, you start to get more adept at the poses, at the, your body just starts to stretch out a little bit. I think that was the biggest aspect that was beneficial too for me physically, was like I used some of the poses to stretch before, going playing some basketball or softball on the weekdays and stuff. And so I thought that was pretty great. You also humble yourself a little, because you're around, I'm around a bunch of, a majority elder women in the class, and I'm like looking to my left when I'm like drenched in sweat trying to maintain this pose and this, the right stretch contain a deep stretch, and still be balanced. And I'm like wondering if anyone else is having this trouble, like doing like, is anyone else having problems? Then I look to my left, and this, one of the ladies is just sitting there, just eyes closed, not a care in the world, perfectly holding the poses and stuff. And it's just really impressive. But then after you get through kind of that, you kind of find peace. You kind of look forward to it, because it's a moment of calm, clarity. You can like think a lot. You can just kind of, if you need to, just empty your mind, zone out. I think that's a real big positive of it, especially today's age, where there's a lot of just go, always on our phones, always connected to something. And it's nice to just have a moment to just really be one with your surroundings, one with yourself especially. Some insights I feel like I gained on leisure to, for my gender, I would say, is like there needs to be some expansion of horizons for males looking for hobbies, I guess, or leisure activities, because I think there's a lot of crossover that can be found, and a lot of benefits to participating in these activities that are like predominantly female, I guess, in nature, or women dominated in nature. And it's something that, you kind of have to humble yourself. You kind of got to be, but you also like make connections with these people. You can kind of like relate. You can find that there's like a lot of benefits to all these different activities that maybe aren't traditionally male focused. For the other gender, I would say, like, I think it opens the perspective to just how much of a positive impact some of these activities can be for males, and just how you know, there's a lot of judgment maybe thrown their way that's unjustified, because, you know, people, they're looking at yoga, like, for example, like it's easy, like it's no big deal. But it's really impressive to be able to maintain and do all those positions, and being able to kind of stay centered, and just, you know, contort your body in some of these ways to get good stretches, and good connections to your mind, and your joints and whatnot. Would I participate again? I am continually going to participate after. We have some more classes set up. We book some more classes, and still do some of the yoga practice daily. And I utilize it even still, like I was saying, before games as a warm-up, or before working out, just because I think it's a perfect method to really get the body in tune for doing any even further rigorous activities. So overall, I would say definitely shocked at this experience. I'm glad that I you know, was able to take part in it. So